Good evening. Welcome to the 860th Historic District Commission meeting tonight on May 16th. Any speakers signed up tonight will be read off the speaker list that was provided by the entrance doors, or read off the agenda as the applicant will be presenting their own projects. If you want to speak tonight and you haven't signed up, please do that now because this will be your last chance. The qualifications of the members of the commission, the staff to the commission, and any consultants used are on file with the city and are hereby made a part of each and every application heard today. The guidelines and procedures adopted by the commission are also made a part of each and every application. Each application heard today is considered on its own merits and is not to be considered as establishing a precedent for any other application. Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Ms. McPhee? Ms. Snyder?
Here.
Ms. Frazier?
Here.
Ms. Les? Mr. Schweitzer? Mr. Davis? Councilmember Cole?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Agenda item 2 is the approval of the minutes for the regular HDC meeting held on April 18th, 2023. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the minutes from the regular meeting of the HDC on April 18th, 2023.
I second that motion.
Councilmember Cole?
Yes.
Ms. Les? Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 3 is HDC 2023-0098 for 28 Post Office Avenue, submitted by Glynnis McPhee. The applicant is seeking approval to build a 782 square foot, two-story addition with matching to house roof and gutters, windows, replacement of current siding with Hardie plank in gray. Is Mr. McPhee here? Oh, I'm sorry, Miss McPhee. Would you state your name and address?
My name is Glynnis McPhee. I live at 28 Post Office Avenue.
Thanks. Okay, would you like to tell us about your project?
Sure. Yeah, I am doing a renovation of my home, so interior and exterior. I'm going to be removing the lean-to in the back that's not winterized and putting the 782 square foot addition there. It should actually not be visible when you're looking at the front of the house. It should match the same width as the current width of the house. And it will match in color and style to the current home as well.
Okay. Are there any questions for the applicant? Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a staff report?
Madam Chair, during these meetings, we allowed the applicant to explain the application. During our Zoom meetings, we would do a staff report, and we would be here for any expert witness for anything, but we allow the applicant to explain it. And if you need further explanation, our staffer can explain the staff report if need be. Thank you, Madam Chair.
That's what I wanted to do. Okay.
The only question I have is on the shutters. They'll look great on the front, rear, but on the side where the windows are out of sync. Planning on putting shutters on all of those?
I can, but I don't have to. So it depends on if you don't approve them, I don't have to. So
can't, the general rule of is put the shutters on that cover the window.
Mm-hmm.
And with that full wide, I don't think,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Yeah, so I'm fine putting it just on the front and the back then. That's totally fine with me.
are there any on the other side?
Well, my goal was to put it on the whole house, but to your point, not all of the windows are, the same width as the shutters when they close. So if that's the case, I wouldn't put them on that side of the house to maintain
The right
consistency.
elevation looks fine and the front looks fine. Might accentuate regularity of the
Mhm.
shutters.
Oh, that right there is an example of the color scheme that I would do. Obviously not my house, but the black and the white trim with the gray. And I matched the gray with a gray that's on the approved list of colors for exterior, so I think that should be okay.
So, staff, I'm assuming you had no issues with any of the plans here?
Madam Chair, the staffer, Emily Gibson, is here to expound on it. She can answer that.
Good evening, Madam Chair. This is Emily Klein Gibson, Planner 1 with ECD. The staff had no issues with any of the proposed addition or siding.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other questions for the applicant? Is there a motion to approve?
I
or-
move we approve H 3098. That office.
Is there a second?
Ms. Frazier,
Yes.
Ms. Les, Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. McPhee. Agenda item 4 is HDC 2023-0101 for 352 Main Street, submitted by Adebayo Bello. I hope I'm saying that right, sir.
That's fine.
Tell me what it is.
Adebayo Bello.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Applicant is seeking approval to install 68-foot long and 10-foot wide black metal fence on the left side of 352 Main Building. Would you like to tell us about your project?
Yeah, so it's a privacy fence that we're trying to install. It's 10 foot wide and 68 foot long, and it falls within the property line. And this is it's an area for patrons to use if they want to have a smoke outside the building.
Okay.
How high is
It's about 4 foot.
4 foot?
Yeah. Correct. Yes. Understood. Yeah.
Any other questions for the applicant? Can we have a motion to approve?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve HDC 2023-0101.
Is there a second? Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. Les,
Thank you so much.
Ms. Frazier,
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
motion carries.
Agenda item 5 is HDC 2023-0103 for 407 Main Street, submitted by Karl Griffin. The applicant is seeking approval to replace the roof to prevent water infiltration. The building height will not change, but the roof will change from A-frame to flat and from shingles to membrane style. Is Mr. Griffin?
No, he's part of my company, but I'm the owner of the company and the building. So we bought the building in 2019, and finished it a month before COVID. So we're now, we're now fully occupying it. We're moving. So that's the rear building in the back of our property. So we renovated the original building, not changing the front, and we're moving all our administrative offices into it. And all we want to do in the rear is take the A-frame and go like this. And then what we want to do is put a flat roof on it and then put windows around it so that we can make that into a functioning garage, so that we can, work on our vehicle. We're an architectural, engineering and construction company. So we want to just have natural light come in. The view from the road is minimal. That picture was literally taken between two buildings. So in my mind, the impact, yeah, you can see it's can't really see it. So we're just trying to, again, just take the peak roof, make it a flat roof, allow us to put windows around it and bring natural light in so we can, utilize the interior.
I'm not sure I understand why you would go to a flat roof.
Because then we can we can put windows so that we have light coming into the building naturally. Because right now it's very dark. Internally, yeah, you can see it's very dark.
Have you ever thought about skylights?
Skylights always leak. Again, we're in construction. Skylight. Maybe it's just us
I've
putting
heard
them in.
that. I've
Maybe it's
heard
just
that.
us putting the leaky ones in. But every time we put a skylight in, it leaks. We have to come back. And frankly, we have a lot of valuable equipment in there. So if you can envision it, we're just taking the roof up, putting windows along the front to let light come in, and hopefully it's going to be a much nicer environment to work.
So are you going to put in a second?
No, just simply put the lights in, put the windows in, let the lights come in, and our employees won't feel like they're moles.
So the height of the roof is going to stay where the peak is and the
Yes.
sides are coming up?
That's it.
Okay.
We're not
So
trying
that's how you're going to add more light. You're not taking the roof off and just
Nope.
making it the lower level.
Nope.
You're doing the higher elevation.
and quite frankly, it's the same amount of money to flatten it versus that. So, and I'd rather have natural light come in. You guys would approve it.
I have an addition on my house, and it has a flat roof. And it was there. My father put it on. So we always thought, oh, that's going to be bad. The water's going to sit there. It's, but it works fine.
Well, again, water doesn't on flat roof if it's done right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, and it'll look, really nice as well, and blend in with the front of the building. If it doesn't, call us. We'll come and fix it for you.
Trust me, we have your number.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, are there any other questions for the applicant? Do we have a motion?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve HDC 2023-0103 for 407 Main Street.
Is there a second? Thank you. Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Councilmember Cole?
Yes.
Ms. Les? Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Agenda item 6 is HDC 2023-0104 for 519 Montgomery Street, submitted by Elmer Del Cid. The applicant is seeking approval to replace siding with Certainty Main Street flagstone, add black shutters, and build a privacy fence for the back side and a 4-foot-tall picket fence on the front side. Hi, could you state your name and address, please?
My name is Jennifer Delcid. Our address is 519 Montgomery Street.
You live on the corner? You redid the corner house and it has a beautiful yard.
Thank you.
I'm very jealous. Because grass doesn't grow like that anyplace else. Okay, can you tell us about your
what he wants to do is he wants to install like aluminum black picket fence in the front. Is
4 feet.
4 feet, and then so it's gonna be like basically a fence all around, except on the back side is gonna be a white vinyl fence, like the white one that you can't really see, and on the side where the neighbor is gonna be white as well, and then the front part is gonna be the aluminum picket fence.
So what's on the 6th Street side
The aluminum picket fence.
in black?
Yes.
So then 2 sides will be the black.
Yeah.
And 2 sides will be the taller white.
Yes.
Now, is that a picture of the fence proposed?
Yes.
Oh, so that's not a picture.
And how tall is that fence going to be on the
It's
on the?
4 feet.
La
It's
de
a
atrás.
small one.
La de atrás.
6 feet.
The back one is going to be 6 feet, and then the front one is going to be 4 feet.
And what about the 6th Street side?
That is going to be the 4 feet one as well.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the back one and the other side where the neighbor is going to match as well. And then, ¿qué más quieres hacer?
Do you have a sample of the street flagstone? Is that just a color name?
Yeah, that's the color name.
Oh.
Yeah.
And tell us again where that's going to go?
That one is going to go on the back of the house and on the side where the neighbor is, like that house that's right there.
Right.
And then, yeah.
So the siding's only going on 2 sides of the house or on the whole house?
The whole house.
Whole house. I have a question for staff on the front black aluminum fence. Is that style approved for HDC? I've not seen that anywhere else in the neighborhood.
Thank you for the question, Councilmember Cole. This is Joshua Mish from HDD staff. It was my understanding when I was going through the application that it was a white vinyl picket fence. I went out to the property with Mr. Delcid, and I was under the impression it was white vinyl. So this is the first time I'm hearing that it's...
No. The front side is black aluminum at the front of the street.
Yeah, on the front part of the house is going to be that color.
But that is a big one. We use small ones like that, 4 feet.
Now, there are some houses
That
there are
have-
a few of them that have wrought iron.
Black wrought iron, I know, yeah. That's true.
In the ordinance for the HDC design guidelines, the only fence that's specifically called out as being prohibited is the flat board style fences, but nothing about this style of fence. I know chain link fences are discouraged, but they're also not prohibited as well. So
So basically, the white fence is more for privacy.
Yeah, that one's for the back part,
Neighbors.
like for the neighbors.
Yes.
Madam Chair, I have no questions.
Why I like motion. Approve H 010 Montgomery Street.
I'll second that.
Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Ms. Frazier,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. Les, Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
motion carries.
Once again, I want to tell you what a great job you've done on that house.
Thank
It's
you.
really, really nice.
Thank you so much.
Agenda item 7 is HDC 2023-0107 for 209 10th Street, submitted by Nick Horvath. The applicant is seeking approval to replace the existing chain link fence on the front and right front yard with wooden fence, 3.5 feet tall, to match the neighbor's fence on the front left side of the yard. Mr. Horvath?
Yes.
You state your name and address.
My name's Nick Horvath. I live at 209 10th Street.
Thank you. So tell us again what your plans are.
Yeah, I'd like to replace the chain link fence. I had it down there because we had a tree taken out. But there's a chain link fence that's along the front facing the street, and you can kind of see it there between my house to the left and the neighbors. I'd like to replace that with a wood pine picket fence.
So that's like a solid.
Well, the neighbors here, that's the other side of the house. What I'd like to do on the opposite side is match their fence. It's like a solid wooden fence, and then facing the street, do a picket. Because I think that would look
The
best.
same kind of color wood.
Yeah, not painted. Kind of like it when it just ages.
So the front will be a pressure treated picket then?
Yes.
With some spacing in between, because they just said that wasn't allowed. To have board on board isn't allowed in the front, right?
Right, but it's allowed on the side.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep, so it's allowed on the side. I have no questions on this one, Madam Chair. I move to approve HDC 2023-0107.
I'll second that.
Madam Secretary, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. Frazier,
Yes.
Ms. Les, Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, thank you, sir. When do
Real
you
quick question.
plan to start work?
Probably within the month.
Good.
Just a real quick question. I know my neighbors on the side, their wooden fence is 4 foot. So can I match the height, or do I have to stay at 3.5? I think it would look better if it was the same height.
Sir, did you say it's the neighbors is 4 feet in which yard? Side, rear?
The wooden one you see to the left there, that's 4 foot.
I mean, typically.
I mean, I'll go 3.5. It doesn't matter. I think it would
We
look
just
better.
approved a 4 foot for another front yard. So.
Yeah,
that's fine.
so, okay. Yeah, I'm in the permit process. I think, we'll look at what the proposed heights is and everything for that zone. I believe it's R55, so.
I'd like to amend my motion to specification provided.
There a second? Do we need a second?
Ms. Frazier,
Aye.
Ms. Les, Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Agenda item 8 is HDC 2023-0111 for 508-510 Main Street, submitted by Marvin Rogers. The applicant is seeking approval to install a new awning and new shutters in black for the Laurel Mill Playhouse. Hi, Mr. Rogers.
Good evening. My name is Marvin Rogers, of course, and I'm president of the Burtonsville Players, Inc. And 20 years ago, practically this month, we started operating at 508-510 Main Street, and we took on a historical title to reflect our appreciation for all of the audiences that we'd had at Laurel Lakes, but we became Laurel Mill Playhouse. So, some of you are familiar with that. But anyway,
My house backs up to your
Yeah.
playhouse. And when we were kids, it was a florist in that building.
well,
It's been
we need to
everything.
talk because I like to get more history about that. I know during the war years, they had
I was
dances.
not there during the war
well,
years.
I was around, but I was a bit too small to understand what was going on. But yeah, that's got a history of. In fact, the three storefronts.
Yes.
Anywhere you see pictures of a Laurel, you're probably going to see those three storefronts
Exactly,
in the
yeah.
collage of pictures.
Yep.
So we're very proud to be there, and we've had a couple of tough years with the
Yeah, we've
COVID
missed
and-
you.
but the city has really helped us out a lot, and we've had donations and grants awarded, so it's helped keep us alive through that period.
Well, you're a great asset to Main Street.
Well, we do attract people from Northern Virginia
Yeah.
and D.C. and all throughout Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of neat, and we're considering we're a nonprofit
Yes.
entity. It's good to have something like this in in any community.
Yes.
But we
wanna-
submitted 2 applications, one which has already been approved, and the other is, well, you can see our storefront there.
Right.
It needed spiffing up. It
Yeah.
really is. This is. I've got a picture, regular picture. Oh, there you go. You switch it. That's our what we would like to have twofold. One to kind of give it more dimension.
Yeah.
But also we have limited space inside. So when we have a play, people come in through that side door, and they usually have to line up outside because they have to check in and then get seated. And so during inclement weather, it's not too pleasant out there. So this would give a little bit of protection.
Yes.
But I think it would make the whole building pop a little bit, so to speak.
Yeah, and I like it the way you all are matching the awnings, it seems like.
Yeah. And I took that design because I like to go into the market down at Aladdin
Yeah.
on Main Street, and they have the same type of awning down
Yes.
there. And
Great.
and also the shutters that we were talking about match up directly with the building that's attached right to our right as you look at the building.
Right.
Exact same material and color and louvered.
Yes.
Same.
Madam Chair, I
Identical,
have a
really.
question on the awning.
Can't see it there, but
I like that we're trying to match the 2 buildings together, especially with the shutters. I know we just approved for Pretty Pups next door, another black awning. Will this protrude the same amount as theirs so that it looks like one can?
It's identical.
Okay.
The only difference is the length because we're a little larger, longer window.
Yep.
But other than that, it's
So it'll be,
identical.
if you're going down Main Street, it'll look like it's one big awning in front of the building.
Yeah, it's
Okay. I like that.
and it also will match up to the black awning as well.
Are there any other questions for the applicant? Thank you, Ms. Les. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Frazier. Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Ms. Les? Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Councilmember Cole?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Agenda item 9 is HDC 2023-0115 for 324 Laurel Avenue, submitted by Lauren Marsden and Gabrielle Adolph. The applicant is seeking approval to replenish the current gravel driveway that has been taken up by grass. New and improved driveway will run from the sidewalk to the garage.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Gabriel Adolph, live at 324 Laurel Avenue. So essentially what we'd like to do is, as you see there, the current driveway, it's kind of overgrown, but there's gravel below it. And we'd like to replace it with asphalt millings. And we've talked to Russo Construction. They're going to be the GC, if approved, that would be doing the work.
Is asphalt millings?
Yes.
Well, they said
Well, there's currently gravel there. We want to replace the current gravel because it's just overgrown and now it's really just covered with dirt. So it just creates a mud pile every time it rains, and the driveway's pretty much unusable.
I believe there was a picture of it in the packet of what it will look like.
that's wonderful. I think the millings are a little bit more permeable than regular
Yes.
asphalt.
So I think it's one of the things also, it's just like, it seems that there's not really a flow issue, but just standing water. So and it's especially in the driveway. So I think this will really help us out in having that flow away and not just be standing there.
Are there any other questions for the applicant? I'll entertain a motion.
I move to approve HDC 2023-0115 for 324 Laurel Avenue.
Is there a second? Madam Secretary, will you call the roll?
Councilmember Cole?
Yes.
Ms. Les? Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you, sir. Good luck. Agenda item 10 is HDC 2023-0116 for 704 706 Main Street, submitted by Nancy Steinecke. Applicant is seeking approval to replace the front steps with gray flagstone steps and replace handrails with black wrought iron or aluminum. The applicant will reuse 14 existing stone steps as a landing. Hi, Ms. Steinecke.
Hi, how are you? Hi,
Good.
everyone. So my name is Nancy Steinecke. I live at 704 Main Street, and I've been there since 1985.
Was that your family home? Or were you the...
We bought it in November 85.
Okay. I thought there were other Steineckes up there.
There are other Steineckes in Laurel, yeah.
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 Okay. Would you like to tell us about your project?
This is this year's big financial project for the house. Every year I seem to be putting more money into the old property, and it's paying off. It looks better and better as the years go by. So the steps in the front are irregular. They are made of granite slabs, and then the top 3 steps are poured molded concrete. The sides of the steps and that platform there, again, it's molded concrete. I don't know what year it dates from. The one side at 704 does not match the other side at 706. How did they do this? I don't understand. Those 2 little concrete steps there that go up to the wooden steps are shorter than the other steps. It's a real challenge to go up and down the steps. It's got a plumbing pipe in the middle as a handrail. Again, I don't know who put that in or under what terms, but I want to remove the entire works and replace them with steps from Meadows Farm. Now, they did the property 2 doors up from me. They removed their hedge and put in the graduated gardening.
Mm-hmm.
So the steps will have a deeper step and a shorter rise. Not too short. I think the steps as they are now, they vary from 12 inches at the bottom to 8 inches at the top. The new steps should be 6 3/4 inches high. More of a comfort height for walking up and down.
Sure.
The granite steps, that's a picture of the flagstone steps, the style that I want to replace them with. And the pieces of granite that are there right now, I'm going to take time off from work because I want to see the crews try to pull those things out.
Well, I was going to ask you what you're going to do with them.
They have to be historic. You can see the hand wrought cutting on the stones, similar to lintels that I have inside the house and over the windows. So I think those granite pieces probably date from before the Civil War. I want to salvage them and use them as a platform, a landing at the top of the steps.
So you're going to keep all of them?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
The concrete stuff goes, but the granite stays. Mm-hmm.
Good.
I have 3 different companies, well, 2 now. One said he doesn't do that kind of work, to put in handrails on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been checking Laurel, looking at everybody's handrails, kind of spying the neighborhood. And most people have the wrought iron with the curlicues on the bottoms, and that's just not the style of this house. This house is, solid stone.
Right.
So that's why I specified black wrought iron or aluminum. I know there are aluminum handrails that are black, not aluminum silver color, that look more solid than the curlicue wrought iron wrought iron handrail. I have someone coming out this Friday to give me an estimate on that, and I've got another guy who's going to be giving me a call, 2 different companies for the handrails. I already have Meadows Farms ready. They're ready to come out and start, I guess, jackhammering away. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now you own both properties.
I do. Last year's project was a new roof on the entire building and 2 new red doors in the front.
Do you live in both sides?
I live in 704, and I have tenants in 706.
Oh, okay. 'Cause, 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 If you ran out of places for that flagstone, couldn't you make a bench out of that, James? You want to, that's
Yeah,
something
the
to
granite
think
can
about.
be, the granite can definitely be reused. There's lots of purposes for it.
I mean, you might want a bench out in your front yard
I
or,
have a couple of flagstones in the steps at the patio from the back that I'm thinking maybe if there's extra, well, the granite actually. If there's too many pieces of granite, then I'll have the team move a couple of pieces to the backyard and we'll use them for
yeah.
to extend the steps that I have out there. It's just
Good.
2 steps from
Yeah,
the yard
good.
to the back patio. The flagstone, I don't know how they're going to do that. I assume they just measure out exactly how much they need and no more.
Yeah. Do we have any other questions for the applicant?
No other questions? Sounds like a good project.
Is there a motion to approve?
I'm approved dash 0116 704 706.
Is there a second?
I second.
Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Ms. Frazier,
Yes?
Councilmember Cole,
Yes.
Ms. Les, Ms. Snyder,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, good luck, Ms. Steinecke.
Thank
I
you
know-
very
I bet
much.
it's really going to be nice.
I know it's one of the properties, the first thing you see when you come into Laurel from
Yes,
216.
exactly.
So I'm trying to represent.
Good. Thank you for doing that. Agenda item 11 is HDC 2023-0117 for 406 Laurel Avenue, submitted by Benjamin Brady. Applicant is seeking approval to pave existing dirt driveway, replace the fence from wood to vinyl, porch and front door from white with oval window to craftsman-style wood stained with 2x3 light. Also add 800 square foot pad in the backyard and shutters in dark or sage green. Would you tell us your name and address?
Hi, my name is Benjamin Brady. This is my wife Charity, and we're at 406 Laurel Avenue.
I'm assuming you're going to do all this work yourself.
I am not going to do all this work myself.
Well, you want to tell us about it then?
Sure. I mean, overall, we're some of the things need repair, but also trying to give it more of a historical look too. So that's why there's the list of things. And I don't know, like there's some of the things that were done before I bought the house in 2016. And so trying to change that to more historical too. So there's like a good chunk on the list. We want to try and match the driveway to the neighbors and continue it all the way back to a pad between the garage and the house. And kind of match, we already had the fence changed in 2017, I believe, or 2018, to the white vinyl on the rest of the stuff. So change the wood parts and like you see in the picture to match the white vinyl. And I don't know, the porch floor was ceramic tile. It's our same in the
That's a
kitchen
nice
and
touch.
bathroom. I don't know. Yeah, it's very slippery. So we want to change that back to the vinyl that looks actually like wood. Make that look better. And doing some repair on the columns. There's one on the right that's leaning. And then changing the porch railing, or that's the wood sample. And then changing the railing to black. And
Do we want to go item by item, or is
Yeah.
everybody?
I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, why don't we do that? So let's start with the dirt driveway.
It's actually gravel, but
But it looks like you're changing the concrete to match the neighbor.
yeah, I'd like to change it to concrete.
Okay. Is there some kind of a separation between you and the neighbor?
Up until the fence, it's like, you mean?
On the driveway?
Yeah, it's just my driveway. That's, I think, the.
Oh, okay,
The-
okay.
Madam Chair, if I can interject,
Yes,
would you
sir. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, good evening. This is Joshua Mitchum, ECD staff. So yeah, I'll just go line by line here. So the first thing that I have is the driveway installation. The applicant is proposing to install a 10.5 foot by 61 foot driveway, as well as a 28 foot by 28 foot parking pad. The
Concrete.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
The driveway and parking pad will take up the footprint of the existing gravel in the front and rear yard, and the driveway and parking pad will be comprised of concrete material. So next is the fence replacement. The applicant is proposing to replace the existing 6 foot tall wood fence with 6 foot tall fencing in white colored vinyl material. Furthermore, the applicant is proposing to install a 4 foot tall white colored picket fence in front of an air conditioning unit, which will be replacing a chain link fence. Porch floor replacement. The applicant is proposing to remove the existing ceramic tile and hardwood flooring underneath and replace it with a gray colored pre-finished TimberTech Azek porch flooring with synthetic tongue and grooving. For the porch column repair and replacement, the applicant is proposing to repair an existing column / pier that is leaning. Furthermore, the applicant is proposing to replace the other columns with new fiberglass and paint them white, which they state is an in-kind painting, as well as painting 4 brick piers in a grayish tan color. Next, porch railing replacement. The applicant is proposing to replace the existing white colored wood railing with TimberTech Impress Express black aluminum railing. This replacement will happen on both sides of the stairs and the side of the porch. For the shutters, the applicant is proposing to install 7 pairs of shutters, so that's a total of 14, for the front-facing windows of the house. The proposed shutters will be board on board, paneled and painted dark green / sage green. And lastly, for the front door, the applicant is proposing to replace the existing door with a craftsman-style wood-stained door with 3 glass panels. That concludes the items listed in the application.
I'm sorry. I thought I had my application had something about the porch stairs and the roof gable accents too. But
was that added? Was that at the time of submission, or was it later afterwards? Or
Something in here about the
I responded to I think is Brooke with the additions on. I'm sorry.
Brooke, your mic is off.
So that was added into Intergov in our online system, but I'm not sure if that translated over to.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably had the physical copy, and I didn't have the additions in the electronic system, perhaps. But this is what I had on the paper application at the time of submission.
Okay.
What are you proposing for the gable?
There's, I think, 3 total. 2 of them are light blue and yellow, and proposing to paint them white.
Basically the same color as the steps, so that baby blue color.
So you're not changing anything architecturally, just painting?
Yeah.
Just white.
Is staff all right with? Okay.
What?
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
What style are you proposing for the replacement column?
Same style.
So the sort of squarish.
The square and the
tapering.
tapered. Yeah.
Okay, good. The concrete, is there any room for a space between your driveway and your neighbor's?
I don't think so. You mean like some kind of?
So that there's drainage.
Oh.
Is it going to be one large concrete pad for both of you? So, is that what it is?
There's already existing for the neighbors. They're not doing anything. It's just us going all the way back with our driveway.
Right up next to.
I think that's where our driveway is, right up next to it.
Okay.
Do you know where the property line is there? Typically, driveways, unless they join in one pad at the front, need to be 2 foot off the property line.
I thought the driveway is like right. It follows the fence line. Because I know it's like 2 or 3 feet on. Because the fence is like 2 or 3 feet to the right of the garage.
Okay. So your driveway is going to go right up to the fence.
Yeah, I mean their driveway would be right up to our property line too.
Okay. My next question on the driveway for staff is there enough green space left on the lot after this? Or is that going to be handled by permit office? This is just HDC.
I did the calculations and they're going to have enough green space for it.
Okay.
I think in this zone, I think green space minimum is 35.
35% of the total lot.
Yeah, the total lot. I can actually look up the table right now if you would like. Is it okay?
As long as you're okay with it and have done the math.
Yeah.
So you all are okay with the size of the driveway?
Madam Chair, yes, we are.
We don't need to look at it again?
No, unless he's doing revisions to what he's proposing.
Okay, great. Are you aiming to have the best looking house on the street?
I don't know if we have the best. Aiming for improvements, I suppose.
Well, I think it's really going to be nice when you finish.
Oh, thanks.
I love that new front door versus the one that's there.
Yes, yes.
It'll match the house.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And trying to add a little bit other than white to the house too.
Yes, good
Contrast,
idea.
Everything's white for the fence, so that's why
Good
the
idea.
railing and shut.
Yep. Do we have any other questions for the applicant?
Trying to figure out what needs to be proposed. And
Want me to do
it's the paving, the fence, the column, the gables. Is there something else? The door.
They drive?
Yeah, the paving on the driveway.
Oh, paving.
I believe shutters as well.
Shutters.
I can make it really simple. Madam Chair, I move that we approve HDC 2023-0117 with the addition of painting the gables as presented.
There are some things that aren't included in that paragraph.
But they're in the application.
They are?
Yes.
Okay.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
In the application I had submitted, it had like 8 and 9 on there. The other one was for the porch stair. Currently, we got approval to paint it white, but we're trying to. I don't know. It's a concrete stair. We're trying to see if it's like whether we could add the same flooring, or if that would be. Not really sure how that. Or if it's just.
You want to lay the timber tech over top of the concrete?
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah. I don't know what our contract, but
I think design-wise, it would look okay if you put a face on the front of the tread. But that's
Yeah,
going to be
I
between
think
you and your
we're doing
contractor to
that.
see if you can get that to attach.
Okay.
Timber tech does not attach well to concrete without
Yeah.
putting a substructure to it.
And then would you, it would be the same color as the porch floor?
Yeah.
Does staff have any issues with that?
We wouldn't have any issues with that. What we would just need to do, make sure if you guys change it or okay with the changes, we could put it in the staff report and you would approve it like that.
So then that's your wish, is to have the same flooring on the porch floor to be added to the step instead.
Yeah, I think it's just one step. Yeah.
Oh, one step. Okay.
Is there anything else that's missing from the
That's it.
application?
I'm sorry.
Then, Madam Chair, I withdraw my previous motion and I move that we approve HDC 2023-0117 with the addition of the gable and the stair tread.
I have a motion and a second. Madam Secretary, would you call the roll?
Councilmember Cole?
Yes.
Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Ms. Les? Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, well,
Good luck.
good luck. We'll be anxious to see the finished product.
Us too.
Yeah, I bet. Thanks for coming. Agenda item 12 is HDC 2023-0120 for 322 Laurel Avenue, submitted by Lam Vu. The applicant is seeking approval to replace 8 broken wood windows. Replacements will be vinyl windows with seal air. And I do not see Mr. Vu. So how do you want to proceed?
I can read the staff report if you'd like.
Okay.
Just pull it up real quick. Okay. Good evening, Madam Chair and fellow commission members. This is Joshua Mitchum, ECD staff. The applicant is seeking Historic District Commission approval to replace 7 windows at the house located at 322 Laurel Avenue. The applicant states that at least 5 of the existing windows are broken and all of the existing windows are not insulated. According to the HDC window questionnaire filled out by the applicant, the sizes of the windows that will be replaced are 31 inches by 65 inches and 25 inches by 65 inches. The windows being replaced are not the original windows of the house. The proposed windows will be double paned. The proposed windows will have paneling, and the 31-inch by 65-inch windows will have 3/3 paneling, and the 25-inch by 65-inch windows will have 2/2 paneling. The frames of the windows will be replaced with the same trim, which is 1 inch by 4 inch. And lastly, the trim will be repainted in kind in white color. Staff recommends that the HDC approve certificate number 2023-0120. Thank you.
Is there any trim above the windows? No, I don't see any.
Can we leave it on that screen? So when you mentioned the different sizes, it looks like 4 windows on the left side of the house, they're going to be 3/3, and the skinnier windows on the right side will each be 2/2.
Yes, the bigger size windows, will be 3/3, and the smaller size is the 2/2.
Are all the windows in the front being replaced? All of them?
Let me see. Place 7.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do we think that that's it? Just the front?
Yes, so the applicant in question, they were specifically referring to the broken windows, detracting from the look of the house. So it would be the front ones.
Okay.
Is this the house that just got painted sort of mint green?
I'm not, I can't confirm that at this time, whether or not they came previously for that.
There's one there now that's sort of mint green that wasn't before.
Ms. Les just pointed out under staff approvals, that house has gone from yellow to it's now white.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I have no further questions on this. I make a motion that we approve agenda item number 12, HDC 2023-0120 for 322 Laurel Avenue.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Madam Secretary, would you call the roll, please?
Councilmember Cole?
Yes.
Ms. Les? Ms. Frazier?
Yes.
Ms. Snyder?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Does the commission members have any issues with the staff approvals? Do we want to go through them, or we're okay with them?
I had a question on HDC 2023-0110 for 531 Main Street, where it says decking planks over the bridge by Oliver's. Is that the ramp that's next to Oliver's? Okay. So that was already approved. That's all I had. questions?
Do we have to vote one by one, or we're okay? Okay. Okay. There being no further business, the meeting is adjourned at
6:55.
6:55 PM. Thank you.